Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Hoops Empire. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a breakdown on why I believe Jayson Tatum will be the MVP of the 2022-23 NBA season. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. As we all know, Jayson Tatum is one of the best players on the planet, and has been for a while now. He has largely seen consistent improvement year to year in his career so far. Maybe not exactly linear improvement, but he has improved on specific areas of his game every season. He improved his shot creation and handle going into year 3. He improved his playmaking going into year 4 and 5, as well as becoming a more well-rounded player focusing on the defensive end. And it largely led to good things, as the Celtics were able to get over that East Finals hump last season, making their first finals in 12 years. However, after a disappointing finals, especially for Tatum, there was a few glaring issues regarding team offense and individual offense for the Celtics' young star. Issues that were holding back Tatum from becoming that next tier of player, that MVP caliber of player. And the biggest one of these issues is inconsistency. However, I wholeheartedly believe this is a fixable issue in large. While you may be thinking the biggest culprit is three-point shooting, I believe the issue with his game is something completely different: finishing. Let's take a look at his box score stats corroborated with his finishing, his restricted area field goal percentage, over the last 3 seasons, separated by the first few months of the season and the rest of the season. In the first few months of the 2019-20 season, he shot 57.1% in the restricted area. His box score splits in that span were 21 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 3 assists per game, on 42% from the field, 36% from deep, and 84% from the line. In the second half of 2019-20, he shot 61.4% at the rim and averaged 25, 7, and 3, on 47, 43, 79 shooting splits. Next up is the 2020-21 NBA season. In the first couple months, he shot 61.5% in the restricted area and put up 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists a night, on 43, 37, 87 shooting splits. For the rest of the year, he shot 72.4% at the rim and averaged 27, 8, and 4 on 48, 39, 86 shooting splits. And the most drastic year of them all, this past 2021-22 NBA season. Tatum started the year potentially worse than he ever has, starting off shooting 60.6% in the restricted area and averaging 25, 9, and 4 on terrible shooting splits, being 41% from the field, 33% from deep, and 82% from the line. This is while the Celtics were struggling to keep above 500, but when Tatum caught fire, the team did too. In the second half of that season, Tatum shot an amazing 73.9% at the rim and averaged 28, 8, and 5 on 48, 37, 88 shooting splits, all while the Celtics had the best record in the NBA over the second half of the season. As you can see, there is a direct correlation between early season finishing struggles and the inconsistency we see in his play from early season to second half of the year. Obviously, part of this is just a general feel for the game as the season goes on. But an issue Tatum has had is a high center of gravity on his drives. When he drives, he does not get low enough and can be a bit wild, and this issue causes him to get stripped often or forcing himself into traffic. But not only that, he often opts for harder shots, such as Euro steps in traffic into awkward layup attempts. I'm not saying this has to stop being a part of his game. He is obviously a very talented scorer, just not in such frequency. Accepting and embracing the contact on drives with his strength will help him get to the line and will result in easier, more traditional layups. He can be a good finisher. We've all seen it. Having a great feel in the paint and shooting a high percentage at the rim will open up his game in more ways than one. He becomes more of a threat to collapse the defense, leading to playmaking opportunities, gives him the ability for more uncontested pull-up jumpers, among other things. This offseason, Tatum's trainer, Drew Hanlon, said they were working on driving and finishing through contact, with the hopes of getting to the line more often, a welcome sight for sure. In this season, that is exactly what we have seen. So far this season, Tatum is shooting 75.9% in the restricted area through 4 games, on 29 total attempts. He is also shooting 90.3% from the free throw line on 31 attempts, or 7.8 attempts per game. In the first 4 games last year, Tatum shot 45% in the restricted area on 20 attempts, as well as 82% from the line on 4.3 attempts. This means, based on those small early season sample sizes, Tatum has taken 33% more shots at the rim and 45% more free throws. As alluded to, this is a very small sample. However, it seems Tatum has done exactly what he said he was going to do this offseason. Jayson has also been a notorious tough shot taker, and maker for that matter. While this is invaluable to the Celtics' offensive spacing, there is more dangerous ways to use him, specifically off-ball. Using off-ball cuts could get him the easiest shots of his career, and it seems Mazzulla is interested in just that. So far this season, through 4 games, Tatum has taken 9 field goals off cuts to the basket, 11 total possessions in which he cut to the basket off-ball. That is 2.8 cuts to the basket per game and 2.3 field goal attempts off cuts per game as well. Last season, in 76 games played, Tatum took just 62 shots off of cuts to the basket, as well as 74 total possessions. That means that Tatum, so far, is using a 66% higher frequency off cuts to the basket from last season, and a 65% uptick in field goal attempts off cuts. This is a massive upgrade to the Celtics offense. Last season, Jayson Tatum, who was top 10 in on-ball gravity according to Basketball Index, was 38th in off-ball gravity. This development in his game will help the Celtics keep a more consistent offense, and in the same note will benefit Tatum himself. Getting more free throws, finishing at a higher percent in early season games, and getting easier shots will boost his stats and impact, allowing him to take that next step in his game. Tatum improving as a finisher and being used off-ball were 2 of the biggest areas needing improvement in his game, both of which he seemed to work on this offseason. This season he is averaging 33 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 3.5 assists per game on a staggering 56% from the field, 38% from deep, and 90% from the free throw line. Now, if you told me a couple months ago Jayson Tatum would be averaging over 30 points a game on near 50-40-90 shooting splits, I would have called you crazy. If he can keep up even 75% of this sort of production, posting these types of career-high statistics and efficiency metrics, I believe we could be seeing big things in store for Zero. That's going to do it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think, and if you think Tatum has a real shot to win MVP this year. If not, let me know your MVP predictions. And again, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you enjoyed, but most importantly, have a good one.